In the ancient lands of Nubia, etched into stone for millennia, are carvings that tell a chilling story. They depict a lion unlike any other, a creature born from the twilight itself. This wasn't a beast of flesh and blood, but something far older, far more mysterious. The carvings show a powerful feline form, but where its eyes should be, there is nothing but a dark, empty void. Its face is a featureless abyss. The local legends call it the shadow lion. This creature, they say, never walked in the bright light of day or the deep dark of night. It belonged to the in-between, the fleeting moments of dusk when the sun dips below the horizon and the world is painted in shades of orange and purple. As it padded silently across the savannah, its body cast shadows, but these shadows had a life of their own. They danced and writhed, stretching and contracting in ways that defied the setting sun, moving independently of the beast that cast them. Imagine seeing that a lion whose shadow is not one, but many, each a wriggling separate entity. It's a sight that would freeze the blood in your veins. The legends are filled with cautionary tales of brave and perhaps foolish hunters. Drawn by the mystery of the creature, they would track it as it emerged at dusk. They followed the lion with its swirling, living shadows, convinced they were on the verge of a legendary prize. But none who followed the shadow lion ever returned the same. They would stumble back into their villages days later, not physically harmed, but fundamentally broken. Their eyes would be wide with an unspeakable terror, their mouths agape as if to scream, but no sound would ever come out. Only warm, silent breath. They were rendered mute, their voices stolen by whatever they witnessed in the twilight expanse. What did they see? What horror was so profound it could literally silence a person forever? The elders believed the lion didn't attack them physically. It showed them something. Something from within that void of a face. Over time, the people of Nubia learned to fear the dusk. They learned the creature's weakness, or rather, its aversion. It wasn't the heat of a flame or the threat of being burned that it feared. It was the light itself. Specifically, the people discovered that if they kept their fires burning brightly throughout the entire night, from the moment the sun began to set until it rose again, the shadow lion would not appear. It wasn't about pain. It was about recognition. The light, they whispered, would give its face form. It would fill the void. And the one thing the shadow lion feared more than anything was being seen, truly seen for what it was. The darkness was its mask, the twilight its domain. In the unwavering light of a fire, it had nowhere to hide. So, what was this creature? Was it a demon, a spirit of the land, or something else entirely? The rock carvings offer no answers, only more questions. The artists who chiseled its form into stone clearly wanted to preserve its memory, to warn future generations. The eyeless face, the living shadows, these weren't just artistic flourishes. They were attempts to capture the essence of a being that defied natural law. Modern interpretations vary. Some folklorists believe the shadow lion was a metaphor for a primal fear, the fear of the unknown, the fear of what lurks just beyond our perception. The hunters who returned mute weren't silenced by a monster, but by a truth so overwhelming that human language couldn't contain it. Others suggest a more supernatural origin. Perhaps the lion was a guardian, a gatekeeper between our world and another. The void on its face could have been a portal, a window into a reality that would shatter the human mind. By looking into it, the hunters saw everything or nothing, and the experience stripped them of their ability to communicate, leaving them as empty vessels. The moving shadows could have been glimpses of that other reality leaking into our own. This theory paints the lion not as a malevolent entity, but as a neutral force of nature whose very existence was dangerous to mortals. It didn't hunt people. People hunted it, and they paid the price for their hubris. Think about the psychology of it. The fear isn't of being eaten by a lion. It's the fear of being unmade by one. The loss of voice is symbolic. Our voice is our identity, our way of expressing who we are. To have it taken away is to have your essence stolen. The hunters returned as living ghosts, their stories locked forever behind silent lips. Their terror served as a more potent warning than any tale could. You didn't need to hear what they saw. You just needed to see them. The tradition of keeping the fires lit through the night became a sacred ritual, a pact between the people and the encroaching darkness. It was a communal act of defiance, a wall of light against the formless terror of the dusk. The fires represented knowledge, consciousness, and community, everything the shadow lion, with its void-like existence, was not. As generations passed and the rituals held strong, sightings of the shadow lion became less and less frequent, until it vanished completely, receding back into the legends and the ancient rock on which it was carved. But the story serves as a powerful reminder: some mysteries are not meant to be solved. Some shadows are best left unexplored. The shadow lion of Nubia may be gone, but the twilight it roamed is still with us every single day. And in those fleeting moments between light and dark, it's easy to imagine a silent, powerful form padding just at the edge of your vision, its face an empty void, and its shadows dancing with a life of their own. The question remains: if you saw it, would you be brave enough to look away? Or would you follow it into the growing darkness and risk losing your voice forever? Thanks for joining me on this journey into one of history's most fascinating and unsettling legends. If you enjoy diving into mysteries like this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Let me know in the comments what you think the shadow lion truly was. Until next time, stay curious.